Hi, my name's Paul Advincula. My favorite memory throughout the 4 years in Baldwin Park High School would possibly be performing at the LEMC Festival with the Chamber Choir and 1,000 other singers throughout Southern California. Being in a room with people who love to spread music throughout the world just makes me happy. And speaking of happiness, this gets me into my favorite class, which is Chamber Choir. Sure, chamber choir can be a hassle, seeing how we have to get up early in the morning, but it's like a home away from home. And speaking of home, America's my home. And I think Cormac McCarthy's novel, No Country for Old Men, highlights a strong issue with America right now. The novel No Country for Old Men involves three main characters, all of which are involved with a bloody drug deal gone wrong. Llewellyn Moss steals a case of $2.4 million from said drug deal and is forced to run as he is being pursued by a depraved hitman by the name of Anton Chigurh. This initiates the introduction of Ed Tom Bell, a county sheriff who is forced to investigate both the drug deal and protect Llewellyn Moss from Anton Chigurh. Ultimately, in the end of the novel, Anton Chigurh walks away with a case of money, and Sheriff Ed Tom Bell is forced to retire as he reflects on his actions of failing to adapt to a whole new world of crime, thus ending his story. And speaking of stories, let's talk about Cormac McCarthy. The author Cormac McCarthy was born on July 20, 1933 in Rhode Island as a third of 6 children. At the age of 4, McCarthy's family moved to Knoxville in 1937. Being raised as a Roman Catholic, he attended Catholic high school in Knoxville and eventually attending the University of Tennessee in 1951. In 1953, McCarthy joined the U.S. Air Force and served 2 of 4 years stationed in Alaska, where he hosted a radio show. In 2005, the publication of No Country for Old Men was adapted into an award-winning film starring Tommy Lee Jones as Ed Tom Bell. Further into his career as an awarded author, McCarthy published the novel The Road in 2006, which granted him the Pulitzer Prize in Literature.
In New York, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton tells CBS News that 15 to 20 people were killed in a mass shooting in El Paso. It happened at a Walmart store.
The previously mentioned problem in America is a large amount of gun violence. In recent months, there have been a staggering increase in gun violence, whether it be on the streets, the classroom, or in a religious setting. Gun crime in America has gotten to a point where students fear attending classes should a threat arise. Frequently hearing news of another shooting that occurred nearby puts most on alert. According to CNN, as of November 19, 2019, there have been 45 school shootings that have been reported within the span of 46 weeks. That adds up to about 1 school shooting each week in America. And in addition to school shootings, there have been mass shootings at a Walmart and a synagogue, etc., which unfortunately have taken many lives. I believe Cormac McCarthy's novel No Country for Old Men brings awareness to the issue of frequent gun violence, as the novel has many passages filled with action and bullets. The novel shows readers the potential dangers of increasing amounts of gun crime in a constantly changing world, which may ultimately result in the collapse in authority, which is represented by the resignation of Ed Tom Bell, and order, which would be the typical antagonist pays his dues and spends time in jail and justice always prevails. Unfortunately, in the context of No Country for Old Men, justice does not prevail, as Anton Chigurh walks away with a bag of money, Llewellyn Moss is found dead, and Sheriff Ed Tom Bell faces retirement, thus signifying constant change in America. Speaking of constant change, Throughout my 4 years at Baldwin Park High School, I too have changed. As a freshman, I was too shy to try new things and often thought I was useless, but I tried out the alto saxophone and the marching band program out of curiosity. After wanting to experience other music programs at the school, I decided to audition for chamber choir. Then, on my sophomore year of high school, I had volunteered for the technical theater crew as I was interested in learning useful skills in everyday life. As for these useful skills, I hope to use them in the future in my college years at Mount San Antonio College, where I will be completing my general education and transfer to UCI in order to continue my journey into the medical field, where I aspire to be a registered nurse in order to properly assist those in need. And just as Charles Dickens has said, no one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another.